It's time! Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Drippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who got 'em, who rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move bottom? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins.
Welcome to another episode
What the fuck?
Bengals and Brews. I'm Dale Upman, joined by Pork Chop and joined by Yoshi.
Oh, shit.
Wow! How y'all
We
doing?
have a shirtless Greg Yosevash on his 24th birthday, got his first touchdown in the NFL, and Greg is a little bit excited.
He's halfway to a free jersey.
No, that's not happening and all that. But, dude, I'm excited, man. I'm fired up. Let's go. Yoshi Bosch got my new shirt in today. Dude, I'm loving life. How y'all doing?
Man, I'm doing great, Greg.
Good. I love it.
Gregory.
Dude,
I'm
my
doing
phone went off
swell.
as usual and all that and stuff, man. But I am fired up, buddy. Hey, I wonder who my game ball is going to be today.
Probably like Trenton Irwin.
Yeah, 0 catches on 0 targets.
Too many boxes, Chris.
Gonna abuse yourself, John. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Greg, he went to Sam's Club, got the stock. He got a big giant.
I got the stock, man. I got 2 or 3 skids, man. It's
Greg
gonna be
ain't got a clean sock in the fucking house.
No, I do not.
And join us in the chat and wishing our buddy Tyler here a happy birthday. So
Happy
cheers.
birthday,
Happy
Tyler.
birthday, Tyler.
Yoshi is greater than Higgins. Kidding, sort of, says Dustin.
Damn,
Got to
Tyler. if I
Rally
knew-
around the natty because he's
Oh,
disappointed.
yeah. Mine's somewhere.
Who date everybody
Yeah,
in the chat?
fucking-
We are
I got an
officially on the Bengals bye week, and we were able to get to 3-3. It was stressful. It was not an easy win. We started out the game very well.
Hell yes.
2 back-to-back touchdown drives. At halftime, I rewatched the first half. At halftime, Joe Burrow was 18 for 22, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns. In the second half, he ended up 6 for 13 with only 42 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. That second half was not pretty, boys, but the defense clamped down when they had to. We had a couple turnovers. We had CTB getting an interception, Hilton getting an interception. Defense came up with 4 sacks, but tons of pressure. Tied for third most in the NFL when it came to overall knockdowns. They had 13 knockdowns. That's sacks and quarterback hits combined. That is tied for third most in the NFL all season, and obviously the best the Bengals had this year, even though they've had a 6-7 sack game. So, hey, kudos to the defense stepping up and getting the win. Wins don't have to be pretty. We would like it. The offense, we'd like it to be more consistent, obviously, but we are thrilled to be going 3-3. The 49ers, they showed that they are mortal. They lost to the Browns on a last-second field goal, so.
Hey, when they put those stats up at one point in the stadium, and it was showing, rushing yards, passing yards, catches, interceptions, like the Seahawks were beating us on every single stat except one, that motherfucking score.
Yeah, not the interceptions.
Well, you know what? It's fine. So let's talk about this. What do we think Joe did bad in the second half? Obviously, there's talk. Maybe he took a hit to the head or something because he had time to throw. Like, I know the Seahawks defense, some say the Seahawks adjusted, but there were so many throws he had that were guys were wide open and that were out, that were just not going straight to the guys. What do you guys think was the problem?
Well, I didn't get a chance to rewatch the second half yet, so I only rewatched the first half. I'll try to break that down a little more, maybe on another show later in the week. If I get to the second half, I don't even know if I want to watch it. I mean, I probably will to try to see that, but I don't know. Like, watching it live, it just – everybody was out of sync all of a sudden, which didn't make sense because, like I said, the first half they were in sync, and especially, like, it seemed like trying to get Jamar the ball, just they weren't on the same page.
He had a wide open touchdown right down the middle. There was no safety.
Hey,
he had him like cutting through the middle.
Jamar also missed some catches that he should have caught. Wasn't all on Joe. Jamar missed some catches that he should have caught too.
Yeah, he checked down on the one you're talking about, right? He just like checked it down through.
Oh my God, man! He would have if it would have been a perfect throw. Chase would have had a touchdown.
Yeah, it's like he didn't even look at it, and it was wide open.
Yeah. Well, no, Irv Smith. There was a play. I think Santori pointed it out. He was wide open for a tight end screen. You know what I mean? So, he missed a couple guys. It is what it is. Our defense bailed us out. 2 huge interceptions. The thing that got us with the Seahawks was they're great down the field with all the speed, but when we got to the red zone, we were like a brick wall to them in the red zone.
It's true.
And obviously, we need to shout out 50 West, providing all that delicious brew. Several people came by and enjoyed that. Still have quite a bit left over. Plus, we should have a restock. Probably knowing them a different variety of beers. They have so many different kinds.
If they're listening, I wouldn't mind that lemonade one. Oh, that's in the summer, right?
Yeah, that's not till the summer. Yeah.
Special brew it for us.
Yeah, run a batch real quick.
Yeah.
Get it ready.
But no, anyway, yeah, like I said, obviously, dude, I was getting ready to have a heart attack. My hands were shaking. I'm just going nuts and all that. But you know what? The perfect way to say this, Zach Taylor said at the end of the game, I'd rather have an ugly win than a pretty loss.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and like Mixon, only 12 carries, 38 yards. I was watching that and tracking the first half. And he had some decent gains, and I think he had 7 carries then or something. He got like 5 more the whole rest of the game. And we had a lead most of that time. So it's almost like we went away from the run, too, without me rewatching the second half. And I mean, clearly didn't get him the carry. Like we said, we still think he needs at least 20, I mean, at a minimum.
Yeah.
Even if you're forcing that. But he had a lot of runs that were 4 or 5 yards still. I mean, he did have the nice pass catch on the first drive we had. And then he dropped the second one. But on the 4th down, they kind of bailed us out. They had that false start or encroachment penalty. They were offsides. And gave us the free first down. But we went for it, And we were almost at midfield, and we went for it. That's why I like that we're not doing what a couple weeks ago. We wouldn't even go for it from the 3, and we're kicking field goals.
Well, it's funny you say that. When Mixon was short on that one, I know we were technically in our area and all that. But I was so mad we punted the ball and all that because the defense wasn't the defense getting me nervous. We just kept putting them back on the field so many times, And Mixon, man. I mean, I still love Mixon, but do we need to go out and find a short yardage running back or something? I mean, Leonard Fournette or somebody because Mixon, man, he's having a great year, but he's just not getting the job done like on 3rd or 4th and inches.
I don't know. I still think he's good in that role and good overall. It's just sometimes, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not getting any push up front. It doesn't matter who the running back is. If anything, I like to see a more explosive running back or Chase Brown. Chase Brown got 4 snaps, and I swear 3 of them he was like lined up outside at receiver for nothing there late in the game.
I remember that.
I want to get to this super chat because I was Michael. He called my name. I'm not used to that, like recognizing me from watching the show. So that was pretty cool, Michael, that you did that. And then appreciate you taking a picture with Derek and I along with your daughter. So, man, that was awesome, man. It was nice meeting you. I gave him a personal koozie. I said, this was my koozie. I don't have extras. It's like, here. You're going to come up.
Don't ever watch that koozie, Michael.
It's worth 0 millions.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Pork Chop.
Awesome meeting you too, man.
Hopefully Pork Chop and Dale don't do to you what they did to me at the tailgate, which I will not talk about.
Well, you brought it up.
We did not rape Greg.
No, how you you try to finger me.
Oh, that's right. I did put my finger in your butt.
And I put 2.
Yeah.
I pushed into 1, and it fit great, so Dale went for 2.
Slid in like nothing, man.
When you put your little known fact about Greg, when you put your finger, high fives. Yeah. When you put your finger in Greg's butt, he jumps like a little bitch.
I just don't come prepared for it.
You giggle, you smile
I
tweeted
a picture of me and Dale, and I think
Dale gave you the 2 fingers. Man,
Dale was like, "Where was this before or after I did this to you?" I'm like, "After." Oh, now I know why you're smiling.
Yeah, you should have seen that fucking smile. After
I said, I remember that
2
smile.
fingers in there.
Yeah, just a nice friendly hello to Dale and Pork Chop.
See, I only went 1 finger. I was a gentleman.
Yeah,
man. I didn't get to watch any of that. We were already on our way, but I was checking the score. And early, you guys are getting your butt beat, man. And John, that's a Tennessee fan. And then all of a sudden, it's like close. You guys had the ball. I'm like, come on, man, pull it off. I didn't get to watch it, but I was trying to keep up on the score. And then you guys blew it.
Yeah, every team in the AFC North won yesterday except for Pittsburgh, and they didn't play.
By the way, Pork Chop, I'm surprised you didn't have a boner yourself, man. How about your boy, DJ Turner, man, tearing it up?
I got a boner, Greg.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah, I had a boner.
DJ Turner, man's tearing it up right now. But our boy, how about CTB? Oh,
well, you mentioned Turner. So Juan Drago, DJ Turner, this is an NFL Rookie Watch post, which I think they had a really stupid one earlier.
Yeah.
And I called him out about Witherspoon shutting down Chase. He was on him twice, and one of them was whatever. But I'll still shout them out for these stats. 100 through 6 weeks, this is DJ Turner, 144 coverage snaps, 15 targets, 5 catches allowed for only 43 yards, 0 touchdowns allowed, 2 passes defensed, a 42.4 passer rating. That's a rookie. Second rounder. Playing phenomenal. Back-to-back home run picks, like Greg said, along with CTB, who had another interception.
Let me ask you this, Dale. What cornerback that was taken in the draft is doing better than DJ Turner right now?
I mean, there's some good ones. Witherspoon was 5th overall, and he's pretty good that the Seahawks got. I'm not going to lie and say he's not.
I remember Witherspoon. I wanted
Emmanuel Forbes, who you wanted so badly, he is doing so bad. They did not even put him in the game yesterday. And Gonzalez, I will say, but he actually was playing at a high level, but
he got hurt.
Yeah, he's done for the year.
Yeah, I remember the last game that the Commanders had. It was a primetime game or something like that, and they took Forbes out.
So there you go, man. And DJ Turner was not a high draft pick at the point. Wasn't at one point he was like projected to be like in the 3rd or 4th round? Then
I wanted DJ Turner in the 2nd round the whole time, which is where we got him. But
but the last second he was like a late bloomer at the end, right?
He was anywhere between a 2nd and 4th, but he ran that 4.26 or whatever it was, and obviously you got 4.26 speed with the tape he had. I mean, Michigan is a big time school, and we just got Dax Hill from there, so we had actually seen a lot of him. The scouts and stuff they said, from watching Dax Hill the year before. And then he was obviously more playing time and even better last year. So I think we got a good one, man. And he's only going to get better. And Lou is known for coaching corners. So that's another reason I think we're seeing the success of these guys. And we got to give Lou his credit there. That's his background as a quarterback coach here in the NFL before a defensive coordinator. So
all we have to do now is just start scouting 2nd round Big Ten corners now, huh?
That's
working.
Michigan corners.
Well, no, Michigan, Nebraska
was Cam Taylor.
Yeah, CTB, though. But I tell you what, man, I think he should try a receiver at times, man. That pick he had.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. I mean, I know he got burned a couple times by Metcalf. There were some plays, though, he was getting burned. But most of the time, man, he always prevailed at the end, though.
Cheeto got burned on that one to Lockett on the rewatch. He was burnt pretty bad, but that was also a perfectly placed ball, and that was right after Metcalf's stupid penalty, which, man, he's got to control his emotions out there. I mean, if I was a Seahawks fan, I'd be so mad at that dude. Like, he was mad he didn't get the ball, so he did that.
He should have been thrown out of the game. I mean, he should have been thrown out.
Way after the play.
He should have been thrown out.
It's like he pushed him, and he's like, well, he's not reacting. I'm just going to drill him again.
Right.
Like, what is wrong with you, dude? Get off the steroids.
Yeah, you're right, though, Greg.
Made me think of Eminem.
Get
his ass another steroid.
He should have been thrown out of the game.
Yes, I agree. I mean, that was terrible. Way after the play, uncalled for.
Totally unnecessary.
That kind of shit doesn't belong on the field, to be honest. I mean, even if it was our team, that's ridiculous.
But guys, can we? Is it safe to say? Are we ready to pull the plug on Irv Smith?
I've been calling for Tanner Hudson. I've been calling for it. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that.
Yeah.
Irv Smith just doesn't get up. That's something Derek said when we were watching the game. He's like, because there were some plays he focused on him. He said he just takes so long to get open.
Yeah.
Like, and he's known for like his speed, but he's clearly not like agile. And especially with the injuries he's had, it's clearly slowed like his explosiveness, his get off, his ability to get open quick, and that's huge, especially for a tight end. You gotta, and he's not the biggest guy in the world already. So not having the size, and if you're not going to have the get off and the ability to get open quickly for your quarterback, what are you really doing? Because I mean, if he's getting open very often and Burrow's even seeing that on tape, he's going to start trying to get him the ball more. We've seen what Joe's done with CJ, what he did with Hayden Hurst. It's not a tight end problem. Those guys produced and they made big plays for us. Irv Smith's just not doing it. It's almost like he's a last resort option to get us 5 or 6 yards on a play here or there. It just, for whatever reason, he hasn't succeeded. Hunter Henry seems pretty damn disappointed on the Patriots. I retweeted somebody saying, go save this man.
Yeah, save. I was going to bring that up. Save him. I know, by the way, I know, speaking of Hunter on Twitter, I know he tagged you and me, Dale. Look, Michael Mayer, I get it. He finally had a good game and all that for the Raiders. But,
I didn't even.
He had like a 90 offensive grade. And, he did have a good game. Like I say, Hunter Henry, we can't call him a bust because look at this quarterback situation in the Raiders. I mean, you can't call him that yet, obviously. But
Henry's been good though. He was with the Chargers. Henry's been around for.
No, I'm referring to Michael Mayer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, Hunter Henry. I know. I'd love to have Hunter Henry. If I knew I could get, if they called me right now and said we'll give you a 5th or a 6th for Hunter Henry, let's do it.
Yeah, I'd take Hunter Henry.
They should call you.
And man, come on. Murphy got 1 snap. That was also a snap that Sample, they kind of did like a little, I don't know if they did a stunt or they were just both on the same side and Sample was at D tackle. But that was that last play of the first half where Sample got a snack. That was the sack. That was the 1 snap that Myles Murphy got in the game. And people were like, man, he's not that good. He seems lost this year. Yeah, he's a good athlete. I thought he splashed. Am I wrong? He's had a sack. He's had some good runs.
Yeah.
Just doesn't get a lot of snaps, which I get it. We've got some damn good defensive players. I mean, Trey only got, let me see what it was exactly. 66% of the snaps. It was 65. They're really working hard to keep Trey snaps around that number, it seems like. But man, when that second half started and Trey wasn't out there, Osai was, they marched the ball right down the field. And
Put Cam Sample.
We were like,
put him in more often. Put Cam Sample in more. 17 snaps, man. He was on fire.
Yeah, PFF 86 pass rush grade as Willie Lutz posted. I wrote that down. He had a sack, but he also had 3 other pressures. And I have him down here for 24% of the snaps. So not a large percentage of snaps, but he made an impact. And I would love to see him come from the defensive tackle more because Zach Carter got 35% of the snaps, more than Sample, and he's not doing anything. No. Zach Carter has been one of my biggest disappointments on guys I thought would take a leap.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Derek?
What's up, Derek?
We were just talking about Irv Smith a minute ago, and I was telling him how you pointed out to me how long he takes to get open.
Yeah. I pointed that out to you?
Yeah, you were.
Derek doesn't remember.
You don't even remember?
He's the one that drove home. That's not good.
No, I did happen to look up the stats. So through 4 games played, Irv Smith has 11 targets and 6 receptions for like 32 yards, I think. I don't know. I tweeted it out. I don't remember exactly. But through 2 games, Tanner Hudson has 6 targets, 4 receptions, and 48 yards. So
and when you watch it, you can just tell like he's a bigger target and he gets open. And I don't know.
Yep.
I see it. I don't know what's going on that they don't.
Yeah.
Yes, you pointed out to me. You said you were watching him on some snaps. It was at the game, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm watching him. He just takes so long to get open."
Yeah, I don't remember half the shit I say.
Was it him, or was it Jero?
It was even during the game. He says it's like the fourth quarter, and he's like, man, he's like. If we win this game, he said, if we win this game, it's not because of the offense. So, like, here we are, last drive, and I look over at him, and I'm like, hey, you said it's going to come down to the defense. And he goes, did I say that? I'm like, you just said it like a little bit ago. Like this
Man,
quarter.
I get in the zone, and I just say stuff, and I do not recall saying it.
He's in a fugue state.
I was living my inner pork chop.
Yeah, right. It's our locos there at the fucking Paycor down there in that end zone.
No one could top. Yeah. No one could top the roommate though. I was telling Pork Chop before the show. We went to Waffle House after The roommate was falling asleep, man. She knocked like half her food off the plate with her fork because she fell asleep.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, she was feeling it definitely.
Man, see, I was cool though, man. I stopped on my way home at Kroger and got me a box of motherfucking Golden Crisp.
I went and got Canado tacos.
People celebrate different ways. I had sushi and Golden Crisp.
Well, we were going to go to Applebee's. We tried to get to the Eastgate area, Batavia, and stop there somewhere. And Applebee's has been a staple. But the preseason we stopped there. Derek wasn't with us, but I had my nephew and my daughter that time. And it took, like, the service was so slow. And I had those flashbacks right when we got in that area. Yeah. And I was like, how about Waffle House? Because you guys know I always talk about how much I love breakfast food anyway.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Greg's had it one time.
No, I had it one time, and it was awesome.
Well, and then Derek and Sarah and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is clutch." So
yeah,
it worked.
Waffle House is always clutch, man.
Speaking of clutch, I was having to clutch my butt cheeks.
This guy pooped a lot yesterday.
I think I went in that portalet that you fucking abused.
Or no.
After the game. And somehow I ended up in that same one, Derek. So thanks for sharing.
Hey, absolutely.
Tyler might be the winner here.
Did you do what I do? And I took some hand sanitizer and put it on the seats just to make sure, double protect myself.
I didn't sit down. I was peeing. I stand up to pee.
What did you have at Midwest, Tyler?
Greg, this is the wrong show, Greg. I'm already supporting your other show with my koozie. Good gosh. They'll sponsor us. For
the record, 50 West is served there, Dale. 50 West. They even have a 50 West sign there.
Oh, man, that 50 West beer, dude, every single one of them that I drank. I didn't get to try the tailgate one, but every single one that I had was absolutely delicious.
No, well, that's the one I had. I had the tailgate, the Pilsner, and it was really good. It was like 5%, though, and I had one. I was like, I got to go back to my Millers because, man, I ain't trying to act like Marissa in this game.
Well, no, so we have plenty of beer left over. If you get in the car back, getting the cooler back into Tori's car was not easy and all that. We're trying to get through the car, and Sarah came out from the other side to help us pull it in and all that. I don't know how we got the cooler back in the car, Santori's car, but we got it. But no. Buddy, November 5th is going to be awesome, man. We'll have more restock on beer. We hope you all come out. Well, Derek, you were talking to a guy, and he liked it so much, didn't he? Yeah, I think he even asked us where to get the beer from, right?
Yep. He's like, man, he's like, this is good stuff. He said, where do you get this from? And we told him, we said, at your local Kroger store, or where'd you say it was? Madeira or? Yeah,
I live in Madeira. Like your local Kroger store, and like anywhere around Cincinnati, really. Well, no. Where did you stop and get 50 West? Wasn't it by where you don't live in Cincinnati? Wasn't there one by you that sells it?
I think you can get it at any Kroger store. Out this way.
Yeah.
And I would.
They have it at gas stations.
They got it out your way too, Dale. Yeah,
at that gas station we used to meet at. We meet at a different one this year, but they might have it at that one too. But I know that other gas station they had it in their walk-in cooler.
Probably liquor stores.
Yep, they have it at Tankers.
Well, they also, if you're like, see, Chillicothe is closer to me. They have a whole other location at Chillicothe too, where they have food too, and like they have an actual physical, location to go and eat and hang out. There's not just the one in the Cincinnati area. There's one in Chillicothe, Ohio, as well. So if you're closer to that area,
yes, Crip, I did the start of the show, man. I didn't even mess around.
Oh yeah, as soon as like the intro ended, Greg was shirtless.
He looked like a naked mole rat
with Yoshi body.
I didn't even see him take it off in the backstage screen.
Like I gotta tell it. Like I should have told him. Like you need to wait. You gotta wait, Greg, because
I couldn't.
For the people. Now everybody's got to go rewatch the show just to catch the first 2 minutes.
All right, do it again. I'll do it again. Damn it! Woo! Yes, Woo!
That's fun.
By the way, also, Derek, I don't know if you can see or not. Look what came in the mail that I'm wearing.
I cannot see. I am driving.
Yeah, well, he's got a Bengals.
Quit looking at the road.
Just look quickly, Dave. Just look quickly.
I'm gonna guess that it's a Bengals and Bruce T-shirt.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I did it for the viewers. Yeah, Corey. Yeah, there you go, Corey. There you go.
Shout out to Joey B getting that touchdown ball for him too.
Yes, sir. Well, I thought I was going to get called back. I wasn't cheering, but then they said holding on the defense, dude.
I know. apparently Yoshi had a whole dance and everything lined up. He was ready for it, and then he didn't get to do it.
Oh man, I would have danced for him.
Like that was on the opposite end zone of where we sat. So I initially thought it was Boyd, and I started giving Derek shit because Boyd caught the first touchdown. And he's like, he's on my fantasy team, and then he looked and he has him on his bench.
Oh, my phone was going off. My phone was going off.
I bet it was.
But then Derek was like, that was Yoshi. And I was like, oh, shit, Greg.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I couldn't hear what you and Derek were saying in that one tweet to me and all that and stuff because it was during the game. But, yeah, no, man. Dude. And every time Yoshi came out in the field, James or like Santori, who was sitting right near me, saying, Greg, Yoshi's out in the field. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I said, Greg better be shirtless at least. I said, if he's not naked, he better be shirtless or something's what I said.
You know, and Tyler was texting me, Greg, I owe you a Yoshi jersey. Look, dude, don't buy me a jersey. I mean, that's awesome, but don't need to do that. Don't do it.
Right.
He didn't specify it's from China.
Oh, yeah, get him one from China.
Hey, what's wrong with China?
There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't want everybody to spend their money on me.
Like,
I don't want anybody to spend their money on me.
All my shit comes from China.
Yeah, they actually do a pretty darn good job.
Yeah.
Look at this. Boom.
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
There's your Yoshi shirt you can get.
You need a Yoshi shirt? Hey, I might have one.
It looks like I'm a Packers fan with the green background.
Man, shut the fuck up, Greg. That's your Yoshi shirt.
Just kidding.
That's one you can keep on.
That is pretty sweet, Sean.
Hold on.
Well, Dale had one he was going to get me, but he doesn't like me enough.
And where can
if
you
I
get
sing it off key, we won't get sued, right?
Right there. Chop Shop 513, myshopify.com. You can go there. You can get that Yoshi shirt. There's a whole bunch of shit there. Panties, underwear, hats, stuff like that. Anyway.
Ross, I don't know if you want to chug beer with Chop, man. That's gonna be tough, buddy.
Chop had a Coke Zero.
I did. Yeah, I had a Coke Zero yesterday because I passed out in the fucking parking lot that time, man. I'm trying to be good.
Chop chugs brownies, and that's all I'll say.
Can we put that on a shirt? Shut the F up, Greg. What the hell, Corey? What the hell did I do to you, man?
Right?
That's cold, buddy. That is really cold.
Make a special shirt for Corey.
So,
Derek, remember the time Corey totally shit on us during the game? He turns around the way, and at first I'm like, hey, Corey, what's up? You know, because he's waving. And then, he's like, no, not you. And then I'm like, oh, hey, Derek, Corey's waving. So Derek waves. He's like, no, not you either. He wanted to wave at Iceman. One dickhead.
Right. Well,
I know. He gets on TV and he's all big time now.
Yeah, him and Ice, the TV guys.
Well,
TV
Ice is
bros.
big time because he got Corey Dillon on every day of the week.
Well, no, he was on the video board, but I think they might have replaced him with Ocho because he said, before the game started, he said, "Shut up, here's when I'm on the video board." Iceman said yesterday, and then he wasn't on there. It's they replaced him. Damn, man, you were on there, Jeff. You hadn't made it.
So have we given out our game balls yet?
No, that's what I was going to say. Let's start on the offensive side, and I will let Greg go first.
Now, who do I pick? Well, I believe there was two Bengals who had birthdays yesterday. Shout out to CTB, but you guys know who I have to give it to. First and many touchdowns to come, my man, Yoshi, who, they tweeted this today. There's going to be some Bengals fans that are already going to be fans of Yoshi now. And I think we can all agree. I was a fan. Was I not a fan before we even drafted him? Huh?
Yeah. No, you didn't like the guy before the draft.
So that Hawaiian piece of shit from Princeton.
You were like, why the fuck
boy
would we get an Ivy League fucking player? Ivy League players don't do shit, you said. Fuck the Ivy League.
No, I did not say that.
In particular.
But anyway, Yoshi, that's my player of the game. That's my game ball.
Drew Sample had a catch yesterday.
Alrighty.
I'm not giving him a game ball. You can give him a game ball. That's Crip's game ball. I said that's Crip's game ball. Drew Sample.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Boyd?
He did come in there and make a block.
Drew Sample for Crip Keeper.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Derek.
I'm going to give mine to Tyler Boyd. He was just, it seemed like he was the only one that was steady Eddie out there. Jamar
only
Chase had
38 yards.
But
shockingly, only 38 yards, though, Derek. 7 catches, though. 7 big catches. effort too. The effort on that one was awesome.
Exactly.
when
The one where he reached out for the first down. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my game ball goes to TB. Big
Yeah,
level,
it's
baby.
good. I got the stats in front of me, so I want to toss them in there when I can.
Me?
John? Yeah, Daddy.
And I want to give it to Joe Burrow's calf again. I do.
For the
Man,
first
come on.
half calf.
First half, the second half he was taking it easy on the calf, but the man, he had some scrambles yesterday. Look good, right? Yeah. If Joe Burrow comes out and plays both halves like he played the first half, easily he gets the game ball, right?
For sure.
But I can't give it to just him because the second half he came out and I don't know what the fuck happened, but his calf looked good, so I got to give it straight to his calf.
Yeah, Derek, I mentioned this earlier. Burrow in the first half was 18 and 22, 143 yards, 2 tutties, and no picks. After that, he only had 42 more yards the rest of the game with no touchdowns and an interception. I don't know what happened that second half. Honestly, I haven't, like I said, I didn't rewatch that yet. But you rewatched it. Did you see anything before I get my offensive game all? Like, what did you see with Burrow and the offense as a whole that just seemed off in the second?
There was one play and I don't want to speculate, but that's what we're here to do, right? I wonder if he might have got his bell rung when he took that sack. It looked like he kind of banged his head, and I wonder if that kind of messed with him because after that point, everything seemed just a tad off.
When was that? Like
that was. Let's see. I think that was right before half.
Was it before the half? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I like I said, I'll have to go back and see exactly when that was. But
yeah. All right. Well,
damn.
Man, I got to figure out who I want to give my offensive game ball to here.
I know it's like
who
do you give it to?
Well, nothing was like fantastic. That's the thing. So you gave it to
you'd have a
first
hard
half
pick
Burrow.
if both halves were the same. You'd have a hard pick figuring it out. You know.
Greg gave Yoshi. I guess I'll just go first half Chase, basically.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, he had 6 catches, 80 yards. He had some solid plays. Nothing like we're used to. The biggest play they had to him was a 31-yarder, and that was because the defense jumped. Is I think the only reason Joe gave him the shot at the ball. Which it's like take more shots. I think we need to take more shots in general. Especially down the sideline, and let our playmakers make plays. But I guess I'll go with Chase on offense. The offense, man, defense is going to be the hard one. There's a lot of deserving defensive candidates. Offense, there's not a ton of deserving candidates.
Yeah. Well, before we get to the defensive thing, can I ask you guys one question? So, do you guys think that Burrow's calf is 100%? Because there was one instance where I say if Burrow was 100%, that outcome is a little different.
It's the NFL, though.
Okay. The 3rd and 1 play where they handed the ball to Mixon, in my opinion, if Burrow's calf was 100% on that play, because the next play, the 4th down play, they punted.
Yeah.
Yes.
On that play, Burrow, if he was 100%,
sneak, right?
No, if he was 100% on 3rd down, that's a shot play. You take a shot for the end zone. And then if you don't get it, then you quarterback sneak and you rush it up the middle because Burrow was almost, he was elite with that last year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I also thought
maybe you're just protecting him more. Maybe it's not even about the 100%. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
Why can't we get the fucking tush push? Come on, man. They've already showed the blueprint for how to do that. And also in previous years would have ran that ball for a fucking 1 yard.
Chant that at the game too. I love when Derek starts trying to make chants. He's like, tush, push, and no one else says never. No one ever goes to Derek's chants.
Yeah, no, never. I've even tried the slow clap and never I got the slow clap going once. But the tush push thing, there are a bunch of teams trying it and it's failing. I think you have to have the right scheme, the right people in place.
The right center, the right Jason Kelsey,
exactly.
who's probably a Hall of Fame center.
Exactly. When you watch, we are not getting in run protection or run blocking. We're not getting these. We don't have the type of line that are movers, that are like maulers, the guys that just push guys out of the way.
Listen.
So I don't think we have the right people for that.
I don't disagree with you on that tush push, but Joe Burrow has had a lot of success in quarterback sneaking a yard.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So honestly, when they didn't get it, I was like, even though the field position would have been horrible, I said just go for it, just quarterback sneak. When they didn't get it, with Mixon.
It was on like our 46-yard line or something like that.
I mean, it was not good field position if we turned it over, but I wanted to go for the quarterback sneak. And even the one that they did draw him off sides on would have been bad position too, right? And I still wanted to go for that one.
No, I want to go for it on fourth down, Pork Chop. I was so
guy
glad we
behind me. Guy behind me's like, yo, give him the ball here. And then we draw him off sides, and he's like, yeah, good idea. Like, shut the fuck up.
We had a Seahawks fan behind us, man, and it was
a loud one.
Just hearing him. He was a loud one, yep.
He wasn't awful. He wasn't too. It was
he wasn't awful.
He was young too. Like,
yeah, he was having fun, but
yeah.
It was just like every time we made a mistake or they do something, you hear him doing the golf clap in the back end, and it's like, man.
Well, I thought he was more like giving his buddy shit who was a Bengals fan. You know what I mean?
Probably, yeah.
I think
Derek's always ready to square up, though, when there's an opposing fan.
Let me ask you guys this. Were you guys like cheering like I was when T. Higgins, a big crucial play, T. Higgins we thought was pass interference on the Seahawks? We're like, game's over. We got this game. We're good to go. Then I see Seahawks players celebrating. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. Did T. Higgins push off of that guy?
I didn't see it.
I didn't
see there, though.
See, T is normally really good at the subtle, and Jamar had one that was clearly, I mean, you could see it on the replay that he pushed off on, and they didn't call it. So I wonder if that was kind of a make-up call, because they tend to do that a lot.
That's one I need to watch back. Once again, I didn't get to the second half. Yeah. I will say, though, one that I changed my mind on watching it back in the first half was the Nick Scott pass interference.
Yeah.
That was still like first down in the end zone. But Nick Scott, I thought, had a good pass breakup. Even like at the stadium when they showed the replay, I was like, oh, what? I don't see it. But on the TV replay, like Nick Scott was holding I don't remember who it was, but he was holding their arm down the entire time. That was in the first half. I will say that one was a good call by the refs. That was Seattle's first drive when they got a touchdown right away.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I was shocked Nick Scott had way more snaps than Jordan Battle, because I saw Scott going in and out at times. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Nick Scott, 92% of the overall snaps, 68 total. Jordan Battle with only 7 snaps. I'm glad you mentioned that, Greg. 7 snaps, only 9%. And here's the thing. I can't really pick out, that was a good flash play by Nick Scott. I can't pick out one.
Yeah.
At least from the first half. Maybe there's something in the second half I haven't rewatched yet. But Jordan Battle, he had that big run stop there before half that kind of shut things down that made them kick like that 55-yarder, I think it was. So I seen Jordan Battle come in his 7 snaps and make a flash play in the run game.
Is Nick Scott, do you think he was more like a Band-Aid signing because we lost both safeties? Do you think he was like a panic signing or something?
I do. I think that a little bit. I don't think they thought they were going to lose Von Bell being the leader and captain that he was.
No, I know Jesse Bates is doing great, but I'm still okay with letting Jesse Bates go. Von Bell was the one I was really upset that I really wanted back so badly. That was the one that I can't believe. I think. What do you think he's thinking right now in Carolina?
Ooh. I know what Hayden Hurst is thinking. He's already said it.
Yeah. He said it?
Yeah.
Well, he said, I have never experienced anything like this last week.
He was pissed and talking all kinds of stuff, and while his fucking teammates are out there playing ping pong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was not happy.
I'd take his ass back.
I'd take Van Bell back in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think they are happy, though, with the versatility they have at the safety position, because that was the thing with Jesse Bates and Von Bell. They were kind of set in stone. You knew where they were playing.
Yeah.
Because I think you have more versatility now. You've seen a lot more Dax Hill blitzes and while also being able to drop back. So.
Well, it's clear that they don't trust Jordan Battle yet in the pass game, or I think he'd get more snaps. And we all expected the Seahawks to kind of throw the ball a little bit more, especially coming off the bye week. I mean, they have Lockett, they have Metcalf, they have Jackson Smith and Jigba, they have Noah Fant, who, man, that was my lock of the week, by the way, Chopper. Remember on Friday's show?
What was
like
the Noah
he was going to get 30 yards. He got one catch for 9 yards.
Jesus Christ, did he?
Yeah. So don't ever take betting advice from me once again. This is example 800.
I thought he was more active than that being at the game, though, to be honest. Maybe he just went out a lot and he just didn't get a catch.
There was another tight end they were using.
Will Dissly. They used Will Dissly more.
Yeah, Big Montana.
Yeah. But snap count takeaways, man. Hubbard at 88. I mentioned this earlier. I don't think, Derek, you were on here. I think they got to get Sample and Murphy more. Like, that's too many for Hubbard. I know that Hubbard's a beast, and he had I don't know. They said he had 5 quarterback hits and a sack.
Yeah.
Like, he had a great game. Him and Hendrickson both. Hendrickson also, let's give Trey his kudos once again. Yeah. He deserves it. I know we talk about him a lot, but he deserves it. He's got 7 sacks on the season. He's one behind the league leaders, which is TJ Watt and somebody else. I'm not 100% sure who it is, but man, Trey is absolutely having a great year. I tweeted earlier. I'm like, we always talk about, man, if we had a TJ Watt we have one, guys. And the Bengals extended him another year. So thank you, Cincinnati, for extending him another year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Trey's a badass.
And that's what Dale, you and I were talking at the game. You know, we were saying, well, maybe they need to limit his snaps a little bit, make him a little more aggressive. And then you see him out and you're like, why the fuck ain't Trey in there?
Yeah, exactly. Because that second half, I was talking about that too. They drove right down the field. That's like Chris said, he's had 3 more sacks negated by penalties.
Yep.
Like, the man is having, he's been good for great for us for 2 years. And yet he's still having his best year here.
Could you guys argue he's the best free agent signing of all time?
Of all time?
I mean, for the Bengals.
Yes.
For the Bengals?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm just saying somebody should fucking make a T-shirt about that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Actually, Dale designed that shirt. That's all from.
I had a little different one than that. But
it was a little different. I don't have the same fonts. Yours is a little different, but this one does look good, though.
Yeah, they both look good.
Yeah, they both look good.
And he's blackout Trey, man. He's
blackout Trey. Yeah. Blackout Trey. It says it right there. Blackout Trey.
It says it right there.
Yeah.
Goodberry posted a video of him that was like, apparently they had a tight end squaring up with him. And he's like, what are you doing? Saying to the tight end, like, what are you doing? Like, go in motion. Like, get out of here. And then when he thought he was going, he's like, all right, here we go. And then the tight end ran a route and he had to go off him. But they had him, it looked like they had him one-on-one versus the tight end, and Trey's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. And Dustin said the size been a good, when he was in there for Trey, that's what was killing me and Derek. We're like, okay, well, size in. I'm like, is Trey hurt? No, they were just, once again, and I seen it watching the first half back. There was drives that they did that too.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't usually go real well, and it didn't in that second half, I didn't think either. But aside, just, I don't know, he hasn't, whether it was the injury again or what it is, because he was coming on last year, and he is not.
Yeah. So speaking of the boys on D, who we going to give our game balls to?
Well, all right, I'll let Greg start again.
Heck, I picked one birthday boy. I'll pick another birthday boy, CTB. By the way, I got to meet his parents over the weekend to give them their 2 articles of Cam on, and they were so happy to receive them. And Cam, big, huge pass breakup from DK Metcalf. I know he got burned on a couple of plays, but he redeemed himself with a huge interception. I mean, it wasn't just an easy one that went right to him. He had to dive for it. I mean, CTB, in my opinion, is becoming a top corner right now. So I got to go CTB.
Yeah. Well, I'll add to that real quick before Derek. 7 tackles. He had the diving interception that he returned that led to a field goal that made them have to keep going for a touchdown late in the game. So that play was huge for multiple reasons. Pivotal. And then he had 3 passes defense total And like that one, it was their like second drive, and they took that deep shot on first down to DK Metcalf.
Yep.
And Cam he turned his head early and played the ball great,
Right.
and then made a play on the ball, not even close to pass interference. Cam Taylor-Britt playing at a Pro Bowl level, in my opinion.
Yep. And then the one PBU on Tyler Lockett too. You know, he played the ball position perfectly. He got around, grabbed his hip, he might have got away with a little something there, but where he just swats the ball down, just perfect position to do that. I mean, he's playing at an elite level as well, I think.
Porchop's going to play safety.
I'll play safety, vet minimum. I mean, I'm not going to say we're going to do great at it.
I want Jordan Battle out there. I think.
Yeah. I don't believe that I'll do really great at it, but I will take the game check.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chop.
Did you guys see my tweet about DK Metcalf? I said
how he's a bitch.
I said that he needs to take that little binky mouthpiece out and put a freaking real binky in there, crying as much as he was.
Right.
Yeah, and it was all because he didn't get the ball. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, and you get a dumb penalty that hurts your team. Yeah. And then there was the same drive. He was open again, and I think we got pressure, and I don't know if we got a sack or just enough pressure that he kind of threw it away. But he was just like, whatever. He was so pissed off, and it's like, cool, I'm glad that you are that much of a diva.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, I want to go back to Geno Smith. I'll say this. He made some throws where we had him. We were right in his face. We were blitzing him. The Seahawks offensive line, I'll give him credit. Seahawks offensive line for a while, gave Geno all the time in the world to throw. Thank God near the end we were getting to him. But Geno Smith, I'll say this. There were times we got into his face and he was making great throws. I'll give Geno Smith credit. He made a couple of nice throws when he was under pressure.
Yeah, he was 27-41, 323 yards. The difference is he had no touchdowns because how we tightened up in the red zone. And he had the two picks, the Mike Hilton in the red zone, and then the Cam Taylor-Britt one.
Yeah, no, they were doing great down the field, but it was the red zone. Speed cannot really do much for you in the end zone.
Yeah.
As Lap says, all about the turnover differential. We were +1 in that area.
Yep,
and we held on to win the game. Did you give your defensive player yet, Derek?
No, I'm going to go a guy that he wasn't used a whole lot, like you said, Dale, but he just, when he was out there, he made the most of it. Cam Sample gets my game ball.
Yes. I agree with that one.
Yeah, 1 sack, 3 pressures, PFF 86 pass rush grade.
Yeah, did you happen to see the snaps that he played? Because I don't think he played a whole lot. He just made the most of what
we were talking about that right when you came on. Only 24% of the snaps. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Zach Carter got 35%. Miles Murphy only got 1 snap in general. And Murphy's 1 snap, I was saying when you were coming on, was when he was paired up with Sample, and Sample got a snap on that last play. So I think Miles Murphy has flashed when he's gotten in there. He's just not getting a lot of reps because of the depth at that position and the veterans in front of him. He's got 4 guys in front of him.
How many snaps did you say Osai got?
Osai ended up with 30% of the snaps, which isn't a ton, but he got nothing on those. It's kind of like Zach Taylor's 35. It's hard to give these guys more snaps if they're not producing on the ones they're getting.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, at least. All right, Chop. Who you going with? We got CTB with the game ball on defense. I know Zach Taylor gave the whole defense game ball, which, obviously they stood on their heads. We agree with that, but we'll try to break it down.
I'll go with the low-hanging fruit, man, and I'll pick a guy that if you don't hold him, your quarterback is in fucking trouble every single play, and that's blackout Trey Hendrickson.
Yep.
Listen, if he doesn't get to the quarterback and the referee throws a flag for holding and they review it, he got fucking held. This man, you cannot stop him without holding him. He is a fucking beast.
Yeah, and only 4 tackles this week, but one of those was a sack, and 3 of them were tackles for loss. So he's in the backfield wrecking havoc. Like, he had a really good run stop in the first half on Kenneth Walker. He just blew by his guy, boom, and blew up the play for like a 5-yard loss.
And someone in the chat said, I'm trying to find it, but they said that he got He had like 3 more sacks that got negated by penalties.
Yeah, throughout these first 6 games, yeah, he's had 3 negated.
Yeah.
He has 7 already. He'd already be at 10 if those all counted.
Right.
That's awesome. 6 games.
He's
5
fucking
games
Pro Bowl
or
this
6
year,
games,
man.
yeah.
He's back.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like last year he slid back a little bit, you know, but he is back this year.
Yeah, I
Maybe-
think his 7 is only second to the 8 from Antoine Odom is what the guy said when I was watching the rewatch or whatever. Or they might have said his 6 coming into the game to
That is
Odom's
not-
8. But that's that year that Antoine Odom had 5 against the Packers and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Ooh.
He had 5 in one game, so
That was ridiculous.
yeah. But all right. So I'll go with Hubbard then, because like I said, he also had a sack and he had like 5 quarterback hits, and he played 88% of the snaps. So Hubbard balled out. We could give
Yeah,
one
he
to
did.
Hilton for an interception. We could give one to a lot of guys. Logan Wilson had 11 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for loss. He could get one, but I'll go with Hubbard. And Dax Hill also had 8 tackles, 2 passes defense. So Dax Hill's playing. I know we talk about, oh, look at what Jesse Bates is doing in Atlanta. Cool, that's great. He's balling out. We know how
Right.
great he is. He got paid like it, $16 million per
He
year.
did.
We got Dax Hill on a much cheaper deal, and he is playing really, really well for a guy getting his first snaps really ever in his career. He didn't play hardly any last year.
Remember, people were freaking out, Dale. Oh no, we don't know if he's going to pan out. So far this year, he's doing just fine.
How many tackles did Pratt get?
I don't even know if I have that down. He didn't have very many.
No.
Yeah.
He did play. I do have written down that he played 95% of the snaps.
Good.
So he's
Yeah.
still in there on the third downs and not really.
I did
coming
see
off
him
the
trot
field.
off on one third down, here comes
I'll
Pratt.
say this: the Seahawks defense. You know what else kept him up? I remember there was one play we had Travion Williams. If he would have broken this one tackle, he could have easily had like 20 yards up. I believe Jamal Adams, Bobby Wagner. Those guys are not going to miss tackles. We clearly had Travion Williams. He had an open field. He just would have broke.
Are you talking about the screen pass?
Yeah, or was that Chase Brown?
No, there's screen pass to Travion.
Travion.
Yeah.
And Volson completely missed his block on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a wide open downfield because the safety was playing deep. I mean, Travion easily could have had like 20 yards.
Yeah, he got 5 on it.
Yeah.
That was the one then right after Tyler Boyd got 5 on the one where he kind of like held his balance and then stretched out.
Yeah.
We ended up getting the first down, but yeah, Travion could have had a big play. Bolson missed his block, and then Teddy K was coming up to block the guy behind him, and he would have missed his block, it looked like.
Well, speaking, since you're bringing up offensive line, I mean, Orlando Brown, I mean, when Cody Ford came in, I think it was pretty well noticed. I mean, because Cody Ford on PFF, 28 pass blocking snaps, no pressures, no sacks. But when Cody Ford came in, oh boy.
Yeah, Cody Ford still, his
Yes, it
overall
did.
grade was 48.5 from PFF. He was by far the lowest graded lineman. So the snaps he did get were not good. But yeah, Derek knows, man. I was like, Cody Ford's playing left tackle. I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. And that's why I feel like we were getting rid of the ball so quick. That completely threw everything off when Orlando Brown was out and Cody Ford was in there. They were not going to let their defense just win the game.
Why did Orlando Brown go out?
Groin
He had a
injury.
groin injury, yeah.
How's he doing
apparently
now,
he's
though?
been
He
dealing-
came back in, right?
No, he didn't. But apparently, he's been dealing with this groin injury since the Rams game, I want to say. And they've just been kind of managing it. But they said after the bye week, he should be
Good, because he
He should
hasn't
be
missed a
squared away.
game. Like Orlando Brown is not like that's what he's known for is durability, right?
Yeah.
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 Hey, real quick though,
Which-
Greg, if Foxy pays his $5, that means you got to
Yeah,
take
this
the
is
shirt off
fine.
again.
You got it. This is the third. This will be the third time, Foxy. But you're right.
Go
You
ahead.
didn't do it at
I
the
mean, it's a
stadium.
paying customer, Greg.
$5.
Get them nips out.
Come on.
Yoshi,
There goes
hey, wait,
the- there goes the hat. There goes the hat.
Yoshi, touchdown.
Oh God!
You happy, Foxy?
Oh, man.
I coughed my soul out.
The third time was almost too much
Oh,
for Greg. You
man.
almost killed
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have the limit for shirts off. It's only 2 per show max.
I do, since we're talking a few negatives right now, I do want to bring up Bengal Sands, Bengal _Sands on Twitter, I think is his handle.
That's
he brought up there was
damn. Fuck you, sayings. Derek said.
he brought up there was a tight end screen to Irv Smith where if we would have had one more second of pass blocking, he was wide the F open, and it would have been an easy touchdown. You could go find it. He showed the all 22 on it, I believe. But yeah, that was one negative that I saw. The pass blocking, it's still not there yet, and I don't know. Hopefully they'll get some things straightened out on the during the bye week on that.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking after the bye week, man, about that game yesterday. Well, god damn. What the fuck, San Francisco?
Yeah.
Well, they had McCaffrey out, and that shows what a difference he makes. They also had Debo out.
And they also had the refs on their on Cleveland's side, too, from my understanding.
The Elves.
But no, I mean, Cleveland, no.
They still had a 40-yard field goal to win the game.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, people are saying, "I told you Cleveland's going to be good," and Santori pointed this out, like, oh, look how good Cleveland's defense is, 128 yards, and Santori made a lot of good points. I mean, Burrow was hurt from the calf. I know we got lost Tennessee, but I mean, let me ask you guys this: do you think the Browns are for real? Defensively, I think
their defense is
good.
Yeah,
defense will keep them in every game they play in.
They can't be for real when you don't have a quarterback, and when your quarterback is a
PJ Walker.
joke.
PJ Walker.
I had a Browns fan said that PJ Walker played just as good as Deshaun Watson. The only thing he lacks is
Deshaun Watson came back in the league fucking washed up.
PJ Walker, by the way, didn't do shit.
Deshaun Watson came back washed up. They took a guy that hadn't played football for 2.5 years and gave him $235 fucking guaranteed fucking $1 million.
The only thing I remember with PJ Walker is I just remember last year Dominic Foxworth, man, said when he was playing with the Panthers, oh, he's going to outplay Joe Burrow. I'm like, I'm going to remember this so badly and all that. And
you got to take your shirt off again, Greg. It's another $5 super chat.
This one doesn't say that.
No, I'm like, no.
Every $5 super chat gets a free shirt off from Greg. Get the nips.
Instead of feet pics, you get Greg's nips, man. That's what $5 gets you here on Bengals and Brews.
Maybe I'll pierce them too.
Yeah, like
Chop. I'll do them for you. I pierce mine.
A $10 super chat, and you get Chop's pierce nipples if you give us a $10 super chat. So anybody want to see some pierce nipples from Chop, that's a $10 super chat.
Yeah, mine are bigger too.
But anyways, back to Dustin. Callahan said they might go more under center, not run the ball with the same efficiency as last year. The coaches are searching, and that's concerning being this far into the season. But you do have a bye week, and it's still technically early in the season.
You did.
And for a bye week, earlier than what we've had. So, but I do think going under center more, because then if you want the quarterback sneaks like we were talking about, and you want the play action for some of the big plays off of it, and we've seen that Mixon's running hard. I do want to see more under center, but once again, that's probably going to be along with how comfortable is Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Speaking of the running backs, do you think we give a late round pick for Samaje? Do you think we go that route? Because
that's it. I discussed that with a friend of mine. I just don't know if I do that. But you know what? I heard Samaje's not too happy in Denver. I heard he wasn't promised what he was promised out there.
Hayden Hurst isn't too happy in Carolina. Which one? If it was one or the two, which would you take?
Well, I can tell you what one the Bengals will take. It's the one making like $2.5 million instead of
I know.
You're right.
$7 or $8 million.
I would take Hayden Hurst. I mean, I was talking to a buddy of mine. That's a good question, Shop. I went back and forth, but they would probably take Samaje back. But if I had to pick, I would take Hayden Hurst back.
Oh, yeah.
Just because
I would.
Depth at tight end.
We haven't had a tight end. We got no tight end play.
And look,
we got a Hayden Hurst. He's on the practice squad right now.
Yeah, he's not a Hayden Hurst.
But I know, like, when I talk to, like, one friend of mine, he always – I'm not going to name his – he says our offense doesn't revolve around the tight end. I get that, but look at so many situations we used.
Are you talking about Santori again? Good God, you talk about Santori so many times.
Hey, they had several plays yesterday where they had two tight ends in there.
No, I get what he's saying though, but the thing of it is, if we had a good, you mean to tell me if we had like Kittle or Kelsey on the team, we would not use them or something?
No, we're not going to use them to that extent where they're like well, especially Kelsey. He is their guy. He's their number one
Right.
receiver. Duh, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because we have Chase.
But I'm just tired of
Higgins,
hearing. I'm just
and
tired of.
Boyd.
I mean, come on.
But what we've had is reliable tight ends that are solid that can go out any game and get you 6 catches for 40 yards.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you need. But like Derek's saying, we got a guy out there getting 4 games, 30 yards. That should be per game. He should be getting double, sometimes double that, or that should be per game at minimum. That's the whole season.
Right.
And that's what I mean. Like Hurst would have some games. CJ would have some games where these guys are getting 6, 7 catches, 40, 50, 60 yards, There's got to be stuff open when you have guys like Chase and Higgins on your team.
Especially when you are getting rid of the ball fast. That's when you need to. I'm not trying to discredit what Santori said.
Me neither. Yeah. And he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. No.
Our offense doesn't revolve around that tight end, but guess what? Having a good, reliable tight end is going to help everything else.
Yes, Hayden Hurst. I remember how many times, like on 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s, Hayden Hurst, man, and plus he had that fire in him that fired the team up. Remember when Hayden Hurst would just bowl people over to get that? That's what we need. I'm not saying to go out there and get me 150 Kelsey yards, but just like you said, Dale, give me 60 or 50 or 60 good, reliable yards right there.
Well, not only that, but okay, so our game doesn't revolve around the tight end. That's true. But let's say that we got Bowers next year. I'll bet you our fucking game revolves around the tight end.
Yeah. If you had Travis Kelsey, especially, you don't think Joe would want to go to him more because, hey, that's Travis fucking Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm not on the Bowers train.
Yeah, we know. Derek's a tight end hater. Well, Chief's having a surgery. He had a high ankle sprain in his last game, so he's having a surgery.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll knock him down to late first round, 32nd pick, and then we get Bowers at 32. You'd be okay with that, wouldn't you, Derek?
I just don't want to use a first round pick on a tight end because
he's different.
This
kid's been the best tight end. This kid's been the best tight end in college football for 3 years since he's a true freshman.
I'm gonna have to watch a lot of tape and see if I can change my mind on that because, back when Kyle Pitts, I was one of those guys that was Kyle Pitts over Chase.
Kyle Pitts hurt you. It's like, who hurt you? Kyle Pitts. That's who hurt him.
Yeah. I was all about Kyle Pitts, and then looking what he's doing, like I just don't. And you're seeing guys like Sam Laporta. Dale, you were all over Sam Laporta pre-draft.
No, I wasn't. I didn't know about Sam Laporta because I was offense is so bad, it's so hard. But I would typically have good tight ends.
Yeah.
I was Michael Mayer. I like Michael Mayer.
And I like Luke Musgrave, and you're seeing what's happening there.
How's that one kid, Dale? Who was I a big fan? Tucker Kraft. How's he doing in Green Bay? Do we know? Oh, no, he's with Musgrave, I think, in Green Bay, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think they're doing okay, both of them, but I don't think, especially when you get drafted into a position where you're one of 2.
Well, I think the Bengals were high on Laporta.
They're 1 of 3 because they've got that UC tight end from 2 years ago.
DeGuara.
DeGuara,
yeah. And he's had a couple games as well.
There was a tight end in the draft I really liked too.
Oh yeah,
Darnell Washington. And he was not as good as Brock Bowers, who was his
right.
Hey, guy, you know what? It just kills me yesterday. You look at the game with Cleveland. DeJuan Jones single-handedly handled Nick Bosa. DeJuan Jones.
Oh, man. I know it hurts. I don't want to talk about it hardly anymore, but that's the thing. We're going to have to talk about it. He's in our freaking division of all things.
Yeah.
Couldn't he just went to the NFC? That would have hurt a lot less for me personally.
Yeah.
Go to Seattle where we play you once every freaking, 10 years or something like that.
Well, you might as well get used to the name Luke Whippler as well. Because he went in the 6th round from Ohio State, and he'll probably be one of the best centers in the NFL here in a couple of years. Because he also went to Cleveland, and he's going to get Bill Callahan's coaching.
Yeah.
And he was like a 2nd or 3rd round prospect that went in the 6th fucking round. So,
by the way, I did not grease my chair. I'm just not moving hardly.
Greg's really good at not moving.
Yeah. He'll silence his mic and then move.
Yes.
he's like
shove his fucking mouth full of
see,
cookies,
Derek, I got the flag up back there.
I see that.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I don't see that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, take that time and Derek can just look.
You found a spot for our little
Wink,
tiny
wink,
flag.
He already said, "Yeah, I see it," and then he's like, "Oh no."
Yeah, our flag is a lot bigger now.
Clark Harris is always watching.
That's right.
Yeah.
At first, I went to cover up Clark Harris, and then I couldn't do it. I had to move it. Couldn't do it.
Just because you guys aren't talking right now doesn't mean you're not best friends.
By the way, guys, I
Yeah.
mean, they asked,
Don't mean we still don't love each other.
one player we need to talk about. I know he was on the show, Robbins. I mean, he had a couple bad punts. He did have a nice booming yard punt, but what's your guys' take on Robbins yesterday?
He had a 45.7 average, so that's not great.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
the hang
it's
point,
okay.
yeah.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. He didn't have
What was
anything that like killed us, but
what
that
was the
one
average
could have
per
been.
yard?
It just had a good bounce. I don't have that.
Yeah, it was a very lucky bounce.
Yeah, he got a good bounce on one that he kind of shanked, and I'm like, man, that's like the third or fourth one he shanked this year. So that it does scare me that he's going to shank one in a big moment. But
Hey, Dustin Croft, we can take solace that DeJuan Jones wouldn't have been
exactly,
player
Dustin.
because of
Thank
Pollard.
you.
Yeah.
So just
That's
because he's
the
balling
truth.
out up there and fucking a mistake by the lake doesn't mean he'd be doing great here.
The motherfucker would have already tried to try out for the NBA because he loved basketball so much. He would have said, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, man, like Deontay Smith was inactive. Do you think if Orlando Brown has to miss, Deontay Smith gets called up? Because supposedly he was our backup left tackle, which Carmen was active. And we know Carmen played in the Bills game. That's what kills me about the offensive line guys, too. It's like, well, let's just put Cody Ford in there,
You're right.
who's basically a guard.
Yeah.
We told
Yeah.
him we might get a chance at right tackle, but he wasn't good at that in the preseason. So we're moving him back to guard. And it's like, fuck, let's just toss him in at left tackle.
Clearly,
What-
they see something.
When was it in the game that he went out, that Orlando went out?
It was
I mean,
late
it had to
in
be
the
in
fourth
the
quarter.
he had 69% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think he misses just because he doesn't miss. He's going to get in there and he's going to play.
I mean, maybe not, but shit, man,
No,
you
I-
can't.
But no, I want another note. Even though it's one field goal, dude, Evan McPherson quietly has been such a great kicker for us this season. Man, making all of his kicks. I mean, that was a big crucial kick. I mean, if he missed that kick, that would have been a big game changer for the Seahawks.
Yeah,
right?
great field position, and we wouldn't have been up by 4. We would have been up by
No,
1.
and that made a big difference right there.
And it was a 52-yarder. That's not a chip shot. It's not a give me.
No, that's no. I mean, do you honestly think? Can we argue that we're spoiled with McPherson at times? I think you can make that argument.
I mean, a little bit. If he misses a kick, I'm going to be like, damn it, why'd he miss that kick? Because
Right.
we are.
Because we don't
like,
expect it.
Yeah.
We expect him to make everything. From the 50-yard line forward, he should make everything.
It still scares me a little bit, though, because we do have so much faith in him. When you kick those 50-yarders, it can give the other team such good field position.
That's what I'm
Which,
saying.
speaking of, I'm surprised their kicker nailed that 55-yarder.
Yeah.
Man, that could have been a huge swing, too. If they don't get those 3 points and we have good field position with, like, a minute left. But their kicker drilled that 55-yarder. That looked good from a long way when I saw that on the replay.
By the way, obviously they threw the ball a little bit. How about what was your take on the Ohio State receiver for the Seahawks?
I mean, let me see. What did he end up with? He had 4 catches, 48 yards. So Smith and Jigba had 4 catches, 48 yards. I think that's one of his better games. But still, they tried to get him the ball at other times. The one Mike Hilton intercepted was a target to him. So they tried to get the ball to him, and they're almost trying to force him. And it's like, you've got Lockett. That's like, Lockett ended up with 6 for 94, which didn't seem like he had that. But that one was the bomb that probably got like 40 yards.
Over a Woozy, yeah.
Hey,
DK with 4 for 69 didn't seem like he had that.
obviously we don't need Lockett now, but I mean, Jake Fisher over Tyler Lockett, the 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
I know. That one's always going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Every draft is like that, though, man.
Oh, no, I know.
I mean, we can already pick out some from this year.
Sure.
But I mean, hey, Emmanuel Forbes, remember, we would have taken Emmanuel Forbes. He was there, and I think we're glad we didn't take him right now.
Rub it in, Greg. Put some salt in the wound.
Yeah.
Make us all feel like shit, Greg.
Right. Should have took Emmanuel. We should. Good thing we didn't get Emmanuel. Good thing we didn't get your guy, pork chop. He sucks. He's a
who
little
did we take?
bastard. He weighs like 20
That was
pounds.
still a first-round pick, right?
Yep.
Forbes didn't come to us.
No, he went to Washington. Not like at 16. Like he got picked. Like the earliest I thought Forrest was going to get picked was maybe 23 or 24. He got picked like at 16.
You know who else that could give us a boost? All right, Derek, we'll see you, buddy. We're going to end this soon, too.
See you.
Yeah.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
So I will mention who we have coming back, but he's got one more game after this bye week. It's Chuck Sizzle.
There you go.
I think he could be – me and Dustin was talking about this on Twitter some. We still need some, like, sparks. He was talking about bringing up Demetric Felton. I wouldn't be against that. The guy who played from Cleveland, he's on our practice squad, the running back.
That's right.
Be more explosive, speed guy. I think he was a 4.3 guy. I almost want like an explosive runner. I know Chase Brown ran decent, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it from Chase Brown as like this explosiveness, but we'd have to give him some more carries.
Well, Chris Evans came out.
Another guy that I picked in the draft was a speedster, and he just came off of injury reserve or whatever. Let's see how he does, and hopefully not very good, is Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah.
He went to the Ravens.
ECU. He was an undrafted guy.
When that draft ended, the two free agents I wanted, the one I'm fucking balling out in fucking Minnesota is Pace.
Yeah,
That fucking dude, I told you.
And he's local. He's a Cincinnati guy.
He's a monster, man. That fucking he's so people were saying he's undersized, but they said the same thing about Geno Atkins.
Yeah, fuck, I hate with that.
Fucking Ivan Pace
if you
is
can
balling
play,
out.
you can play.
So at the end of the draft, I'm like, when we're doing the undrafted free agents, I'm like, please God, Ivan Pace and Keaton Mitchell, and we none. Who the fuck did we took like one undrafted player or some shit?
It was that one tight end we took who had like the worst RAS score. It was like 0.
Oh yeah,
the
guy from
Houston
that was never a guy there. No, we got a line. Shaka Hayward from Duke as a practice squad guy.
The Auburn, Bo Jackson's nephew.
Yeah, Shedrick Jackson has some speed to maybe develop.
I mean, to be honest, we didn't have a spot for Ivan Pace,
Yeah,
we know that's it.
The undrafted spots, but man, we don't, but we do. That's the thing. We got like 3 or 4 linebackers on 1-year deals. You're talking, you're set up long term with another stud special team / linebacker rotate. Whatever. Neither here nor there. We don't have him.
And then Keaton Mitchell.
I want to get back to Chuck Sizzle real quick.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
With this conversation that me and Dustin was having, I was saying, Chuck comes back. He's still got to miss the 49ers game because it's 4 games regardless of the bye week.
Oh, okay.
He'll be back for the Bills game. But like we were saying, we need more explosives to me and Dustin. So we were talking about this, and it's like, okay, Chuck Sizzle was he's pretty damn fast. We saw that on the punt return too. But at Purdue, he had a lot of downfield explosive play. I mean, he was great at Purdue in general last year.
He was the number 1 receiver in in college, right?
We know how explosive Jamar is in general, but if teams are going to start doubling him or tripling him or shade the safety over to him all the time, just to Chuck Sizzle to run some, like a little more playing time in the second half of the season and run some go routes. Hey, if they're paying all this attention to Jamar, boom, hit Chuck Sizzle over the top. Like I want to see, he's got the speed to do it. Like that's something I would like to see here in this after the bye week too. Once he comes back, assuming he's good to go. Between the thumb and he had the shoulder. The shoulder's going to be an off-season surgery. Like the shoulder's still dinged up, but he was playing like it didn't bother him before.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to hope he's right back to that.
Do you think that T.I.'s been doing bad, though?
No, he had 0 targets, though, this week. Like, he still played, what was his, I think it was 44% of the snaps with 0 targets. That was so weird to me because, like, he had 8 catches last week, like 10 targets, and then he doesn't even get 1 ball thrown his way this week.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I understand we got a lot of targets, but I mean, but like I said, let me ask you guys this. I'm not trying to start anything, but T. Higgins, has he proved to you guys at all right now, just this season, that he's worthy of an extension right now? I know it's still early in the season, but
I mean, he's been hurt. Like, I mean, obviously, an extension. You're saying an extension in general, yes.
Yeah.
An extension where he's making 25 to 30 million per. And then you're talking about you're losing DJ Reader. You're probably losing another piece in a year or 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm like
those are the conversations that are tough.
Yeah,
that stuff right there.
When
Maybe
you have guys like Yoshi and Chuck Sizzle
and it's not a hate on T thing at all, but
no, it's not. It is not at all.
Last week we showed that he doesn't have to be on the field for us to produce at a high level. He doesn't have to be. To be honest, though, I think he was still playing hurt yesterday. Like, I was surprised they actually threw him the ball and he got hit.
He's great. And if Chase was out, I would trust that Higgins could come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I would
that Higgins would be our featured number one guy. Like, he is a number one receiver in the NFL.
No, he is. He is.
But sometimes it's hard to have two number one receivers. It's also really hard to pay two guys $30 million at receiver, because then where's the money for everybody else? That's something that you go over and over and over. We did it in the offseason. I hate talking about it it is the bye week. I hate talking about it because there's no good answer.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, nothing to be sorry about. I'm just saying it's one of those things that is like there's not a good answer.
Well, he's not
talent wise. Yes, I want to T. Higgins, because if Jamar's down, boom, I've got a number one guy, and they're both great.
Well, but he's not getting those jump ball throws that are being thrown to him, man. He hasn't been doing that lately.
Yeah, well, and part of that's Burrow, I think, but
I guess.
And Burrow, he hasn't played a game really with Burrow back 100% until yesterday, and T's not 100%.
That's true.
So when they're both at 100%, let's see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, let's see. Hey, when we're winning a Super Bowl because both ball out, my answer is going to change to 100% yes. I'm keeping
yes.
That game that I think that T's back 100 and Burrow's back 100 is our next game.
Yes.
Yeah. Give them the bye week, and then let's go to San Francisco and let's beat the brakes off of.
Yeah, let's give them a game ball.
Hey, guys, I got to hop off. I got to take an intermission, eat some dinner and all that.
Well, I got to take an intermission to do the opposite of eat dinner. I'm going to get rid of dinner.
Scrub, and you're going to poop, and then you're going to scrub them balls.
I'm going to scrub the taint.
Yes, I am. All right.
Hey, but guess what? Before you go, Greg, tell them about tomorrow.
So tomorrow, I'll actually be talking to him here shortly and all that. But tomorrow, Bengals legend Corey Dillon will be on the show. He's excited to be coming on. So if y'all have questions or something, make sure you get those questions ready. It's going to be a good time with Corey. I mean, he's just such a
special Tuesday show.
Absolutely, special Tuesday. We will not be doing a Wednesday show, correct?
No, we're going to go Monday, and then we're going to have Corey on tomorrow. That's what his schedule could work out, which is fine because it's bye week too. We're going to not have a Wednesday show, and then the rest of the week's kind of up in the air because still trying to potentially, see if we can get a certain special guest on. But if not, then we'll be on Friday. We'll at least have 3 shows still this week. Just not sure on the days, which once again is, like Chop says, a good time to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications.
Subscribe, hit the ringer. That way you know when we're going live. And by the way, when we get off here, call your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, grandma, grandpa, wife, girlfriend, dad, whatever you got to call, and tell them, hit subscribe, hit like. Don't let your family miss out on the family fun show.
Just subscribe to it.
Yeah, don't let your family members miss out on what the fuck we do here, But
love y'all. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Hello?
Got an awesome victory Monday.
I'll be
Who